Welcome to this video tutorial on how to use the Bibliography of British and Irish History, referred to as BBIH throughout this video, to research topics on the history of medicine and health. The BBIH is a comprehensive database that will help you locate relevant scholarship for your research. In this video, we will discuss some of the ways you can use BBIH to find sources on the history of medicine and health. We will start with a few research considerations before covering different ways to search BBIH. We will learn how to refine searches and access records, and we will also highlight some of BBIH's useful tools, including BBIH's reading lists. Medical history is an extremely broad and expansive area of study. Before starting your search in BBIH, it is important to decide which area of medical history you want to research. Through BBIH, you can research illnesses and diseases, medical administration and professional bodies, medical theories, therapies and treatments, and more. You can also research notable people or places in the history of medicine. Medical history also intersects with other areas of history, including gender, social class, emotion, policy and governance, and media. When you are researching topics in medical history in BBIH, it is important to be mindful of the terminology you use. Some medical terms which were commonly used in the past are now considered outdated and even offensive. BBIH uses critical cataloging to ensure that the language used in the database and subject tree is inclusive and accessible. For this reason, terms which may still be used in an historical context by historians and scholars might not appear in the BBIH subject tree. Alternatively, newer terminology that reflects current trends in the history of medicine and health may not yet be incorporated into BBIH's search terms. If your keyword search is not yielding results, it might be worth checking the subject tree to see if BBIH uses another term for the keyword you are using. This is BBIH's search interface. There are several ways to start your search. One way is by typing a keyword related to your research in the Search Anywhere field. This is a new feature in BBIH. In addition to free text searching, the Search Anywhere field allows you to search bibliographic information, as well as BBIH's search options, such as subject, place, and person, simultaneously. Because this search is so comprehensive, it is a great place to start your research. Let's say you wanted to research cholera. Type cholera in the Search Anywhere field. You can choose to search for the term itself, or you can select one of the narrow list by drop-down options that the search generates. For this example, we can choose to search for cholera or cholera epidemics as a subject. This yields a large number of results. We can reduce the list of results and narrow our focus by adding search fields. For example, we could add a time period. Perhaps we only want to see scholarship that discusses 1850 to 1900. The ability to search by time period is a unique feature of BBIH. We can also add search fields by clicking on the plus button here. Maybe we want to add a location. Let's go with London. The drop-down results give us a variety of options. For instance, we can choose to look at London as a place, a publishing location, or a subject. For our example, let's look at London as a place. Now we have a smaller list of results that is more tailored to our specific research interests. It is useful to note that when you add a search field, it automatically defaults to Search Anywhere. You can change this to search subject, place, and a variety of other search options by selecting an option from the drop-down menu. When you add search fields to your search, BBIH automatically conducts an AND search. If you would prefer to change the Boolean operator to OR to widen your search, or NOT to remove certain search terms, you can do so by choosing an option from the drop-down menu. You can also conduct a search using BBIH's unique subject tree. To access the subject tree, select Subjects from the drop-down menu. Here, you can browse through the categories and subcategories for a subject term linked to your area of research. This can be a great way to narrow your research focus. To navigate through the subject tree, click on the category you wish to view. If a term has an arrow beside it, this means it has subcategories which you can browse. If we want to locate our previous example of cholera in BBIH's subject tree, we will need to select Medical History and Health, Public Health and Medical Practice, Illness and Disease, and Infectious and Contagious Diseases. Here, we can choose to examine cholera as an illness or an epidemic. When you locate the search term you wish to use, select the box beside the term and it will be added to your search. You can also refine your search by adding search terms, like time period. Once you have entered your search terms, you can view your results, known on BBIH as a hit list. Here, you can use the filters in the left sidebar to further refine or organize your results. For example, you can choose to only view new items that have been added to BBIH during the latest update. BBIH is updated 3 times a year, in February, June, and October. You can also choose to only view sources which have full text copies available. Or, you can sort your results by categories such as subjects, author, publication year, and more. There are several options for viewing records. You can select View All to browse through all the records from your search results. Or, you can scroll through the hit list and select the specific sources you wish to view. Select Add to Selection to create your list, and when you are ready to view your sources, click View Selection. A third option is to simply click on the title of the piece you wish to view. This is what a record looks like in BBIH. All BBIH records are structured in the same way. At the top of the page, you will find all the relevant publication information, including the author's name and the year of publication. Classification details show you all the subject information. Some records may include useful reference links. This record, which discusses the English physician John Snow, includes a link to Snow's page in the Oxford Dictionary of National Biography. The other link takes you to relevant archival sources at the UK's National Archives. External links are located at the bottom of the record. If a full text or open access version is available, you will find the link here. Depending on the record, these links will take you to the resource's DOI, publisher's homepage, or online databases such as JSTOR and Project Muse. If you are studying or working at an academic institution, you may be able to access a resource through your institution's library. Clicking on the Find a Copy At button will take you to your library catalog, where you can view your institution's access options. You can also select the Library Discover button. This will take you to the JISC Library Hub Discover, which lists collections of over 200 academic, national, and specialist libraries in the UK and Ireland. Some books, like this one, may be available on Google Books. Select Google Books to see whether you can view a preview or full text copy of the book. You can also use the Google Books page to navigate to WorldCat, which will allow you to see whether the record is available in public libraries or in international libraries. If you wish to cite an individual resource in your work, select Cite at the top of the page. This will generate citations in several well-known citation styles. Select Copy for the citation you wish to use. You can now paste the citation into your citation software or document. You can also export citations directly from the hit list. You can choose to export references for all the records from your search. Or you can export your own curated list of sources by selecting Records and clicking Export Selection. You can export your references to some of the most common referencing systems, including RefWorks, EndNote, and Zotero. The hit list also gives you the option to sign up for email alerts when new records related to your search terms are added. All you need to do is create a name for your search and add your email address. BBIH is updated 3 times each year, with approximately 10,000 new titles added annually. BBIH also has resources beyond the search function, which may be useful, depending on your topic of research. For example, reading lists on select topics are freely available on BBIH's website. Historians of medical history and health may find the reading lists for the history of disability and the history of infectious diseases particularly useful. These reading lists highlight recent scholarship and can be a great starting point for your research. Thank you for watching this video tutorial on how to use BBIH to research topics in the history of medicine and health. Good luck with your research.